Yo, it's that Native J, and we're back with another episode of Zombie Cure Lab. So we're just loading in here. From the last time I can think, we're just kind of working on the front of our base. We're making it to where we can handle defending while we kind of raise our population a little bit here. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to mainly be doing. Kind of seeing how far we can push the population. Finish deleting stuff like this. Right, let's get all this out of here. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, and after we delete that, we'll give them like more to do up here. We'll keep encapsulating that. Finish this. Probably do a couple more layers. As I kind of want this to be more layered even than the front, so they're even more encouraged to just keep going towards the front still, instead of ever coming into this area or going back this way. If I decide to build defenses in here, the square will probably just end right here, and this will be into the base, right? So we'll try to keep everything 3 or more layers, or in here, and then out here, we'll do 4 or 5 layers, like we did here. This has 4 layers, but it really doesn't need it. And we're gonna put some more defenses in here as well eventually. Something I think will be really helpful, right, is let's just start bringing in um, some of the level 3 Humvees, because these guys will give us some more damage output on our defenses, which I think will, in return, right, allow us to kind of push the ticket a little further too. How many people can be in the base? I would like a level 3 treatment chamber for every like 1 in every 2 that we have. I just like to have like a big lab. You can get stepped in faster when you won't. So we'll kind of go like that for now. The whole lab is just going to be ran by scientists the best we can. If we got to like take people off just for the night to defend still, that's okay. I want to get some of these guys going immediately because they're going to go to defenses, and we'll have plenty of these guys to take over the processing jobs we need done for now. We have a substantial amount of metal flowing too, so substantial? I don't know. We're just making up words as we go. I also want to get that upgraded. So that's kind of where we're at here. I want to get that remodeled as well. We're going to keep this wall up always just to further encourage zombies from not coming in here. I'll probably even make it a dual wall like that, since it doesn't really hurt anything to have dual walls as long as they can reach both sides. I don't think we can build another gate right here unless we like go like this, right? Then we might be able to put the gate right here. So that's probably what we'll do, just to have that extra layer here, right, and upgrade it. And that'll further encourage them if they do get into other parts of the base and mess stuff up, they at least won't destroy our main storage. Which is not always, that's not necessarily a good thing either, but destroying the rest of the base wouldn't be nice. We are going to need some more power up here. That's no longer sufficient. We could probably make that work just fine. Pay for some upgrades, even though we don't necessarily need that either. And yeah, I kind of want to chill for a second so we can let people do stuff. Get stuff done. And then make sure this is repaired for the next night, because, yeah, that matters, right? That matters. Okay, I'm actually going to speed it along here because I really want to see this get turned on, and I want this to get finished. So we're getting impatient here. I'm starting to get to that point right now where I'm like, man, my patience is growing thin. I have 150 people, but I feel like I could use a couple more Humvees still, but I don't know. I feel like we're good at 150-ish. I'll turn a couple of them off and just leave one going since we're still doing level 2s, and we're going to try to do some level 3s. That way, like, you know. Wait, what just happened? Oh, they're level 2s. That's what the picture is going to show us because it's 2 to 3. Duh. So that's 12 level 3s. So there will be like in this strip most likely. Like as they come out, we'll start replacing these scientists. Yeah. And we have a whole another night. So we're super Gucci. Make sure the gates are open, of course. Don't want these guys getting mad and being like, let us out. Definitely want to let them out when they're done. But yeah, I think I'm going to go kitchen and then probably freezer for our next couple builds here. Yeah, these guys can't work during the night. It looks like these guys are going to keep going too if I don't turn them off. Oh, look, we have one idle. So maybe that's good for now. I don't know, because we're also turning some of those guys over. So let's go ahead and go like that. And see where that goes, right? Okay, and all those frozens are gone now. Yeah. I definitely need this repaired, though. 25 damage ain't nothing. But 60 damage is a lot. Whoa, what happened here? I wasn't paying attention. Maybe we should hurry up and get those electronics together. Oh, whoa. What? Oh, whoa. Okay. Slightly nervous now. Let's not, you know, blow the top or anything. But I think bringing in some more people cooked us. That's a lot of damage. So 60 damage. I think we could fight it still. 79,000 health is a lot. So hopefully we can get some of these guys going right by tomorrow night. I have pretty good faith. We'll at least have a couple because there's just so much, or there's multiple of them. So much like output in this room and stuff. So. These guys are also can't work nighttime, so I assume these guys also can't work nighttime until we figure something else out, right? So far so good. We're almost done with this section, so I could only assume once this is done, because I think that was the last thing I told them to do. Then we can start moving on. I'm thinking I got two choices here. I need to tier up again, or I need to just keep adding layers so that it's harder and harder for them to actually get through. But I think the best bet is to tier up. That way we can produce more stuff like the electronics and stuff with the higher tier stuff. We're also pushing the limit on power. We're pretty close. So if I could potentially just upgrade a couple of these, get a better output for the electronics, that'll help us. I think that would be the next thing to kind of take us up a notch. We'll let them start getting wood again. And I think these guys are still doing wood, so they should be good. Yeah, they should be helping. I'm not really worried about stone at the moment. It looks like we're still able to get some of it. But let's go ahead and just do this. They're 5 apiece. 5, 10, 10, 15, 20. And I think that'll help us kind of with our power problem. We're definitely going to be able to blast through this next attack. So I think we should take advantage of this time, kind of chillax. And I want to just keep making electronics at this point. That seems literally the only thing that we could possibly do to better our situation here. And then we have plenty of hauling posts for the time being. The only thing I could consider is maybe getting like the tree nursery, and we could start taking these guys out of here a little bit. So we either don't have to have as much level 1 Humvees, or we could just have them be haulers and stuff, so that we could have more like a nursery area and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it again since we have, or slow it back down again since we have no one to. Okay, we don't need all that. Let's hold off on that idea, dude. That's too funny. Okay, so help yourself out and get out of there. When we move the bedroom, if we do, I plan on eventually moving it. to somewhere. But for now, let's just upgrade this. And yeah, I think after they upgrade that, we'll start talking about how we're going to bring this road, right? This is kind of in the way, but we're going to start bringing this road out here and out to this outer area, right? And we're going to build our next main building, which is the kitchen, right along that freeway. So they'll come down the freeway, they'll come straight to the main storage and be able to grab whatever they need. Which I believe, let's look, we could actually see, right? They'll have to grab carrots, they'll have to grab glowberries. This guy will have to grab meat, and I have to grab wood. If you have enough haulers do all the hauling, and you can even tell these guys, hey, don't do refills, right? I always just leave them on refills for the most part. It seems like the only thing we had to do anything really different with is these. But hauling posts and most of the production buildings are kind of optional there. So the fact that I only have 19 working, I don't want any more turning to 2s, right? So we need to come over here and be like, okay, that's cool, that's our last one, that's okay. Let's go ahead and work on that. Okay, so we've got all those guys finally gone, or doing stuff. All the scientists for sure. And we're just kind of working on building up some electronics here. We could build another one, it probably wouldn't kill us, and we could probably afford to supply it with chemicals and metal just fine. But I'm kind of just taking my time here, and because we can defend against this next attack just fine, I think that's our best move. I don't like having less on that. I would rather put them somewhere else, right? Or I mean, I'd rather have them there than on just collecting wood or whatever these guys are doing. So we got our first level 3. And now they want us to turn them into a human. We're going to come down here and put them on here. I think we could have him be full-time. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh no, we just don't have enough scientists, I think, to support that. Period. Right. We need to see if scientists are doing any other job. I think they're only in this lab. So we might have to tier up to get the more scientists in order to be able to do that. Start going down the line here. And every one counts. But we should have plenty of scientists for this. I don't know what I'm talking about. As they become more free too. More and more becoming available. Yeah, why don't you just work that full time? Oh, because they're already on different ones. Okay, I think we'll figure it out though. Let's see. Yeah, feeling pretty confident. Looks like we have a good power spike right now. But the batteries aren't full, so it looks like we've been struggling a little bit back and forth. So we should consider upgrading these guys again. And I'm going to start like intaking people in like groups of 10 or so. That way we have, or groups of 6. I guess we could just do like 6 of each, right? And then as long as we keep these built pretty even, we should be fine. Just kind of pay attention to what we got, click on what we want. So I didn't notice this, but we could probably put that up just to help. I think those have electronics in them, so we're going to wait too on that. And now that we've been kind of hanging out for a minute, I'm starting to feel like it wouldn't hurt to throw another electronics thing down. If we level them up later and we realize like, we're making so much, like it doesn't even matter anymore, then I'll change it. But for now, I'm like, shoot, it'll only increase our productivity. And I think if I just upgrade that one, it'll be good. I think it just needs to go like one more. Alright, else right here for now. That freezer's doing pretty good, I think, at least. So yeah, I feel pretty confident. We could probably even defend against the 60 damage right there. We just see our first 100,000. So let's see how fast we freeze these guys. And we'll times however amount of time it takes us to freeze them. And that'll be roughly 5 times, almost 3 times. Will tell us, or 3 times, 5 times, will tell us those next 2 nights. If it takes us an hour, 5 times is going to be 5 hours, so we're not going to be able to freeze them within the night. That's my assumption, at least. I'm just doing rough guesses. So we are getting some guys in there. They're just taking their time. A lot of the times, if they're busy working, they'll continue their job until it's time for them to be turned into level 3s or whatever next level they're going to. They're like, let me finish my job first. And it's like, you really don't need them to finish your job. And if the 8 that are idle none of them are ready for treatment, then that's just how it goes. It can take some time sometimes. So, we're in battle mode now. And let's speed it along a little bit, because who wants to wait, right? Hurry up, tick, tick, let's go, let's go. Alrighty. And we got a bunch of them, and these ones are freezing so fast, it's not even funny. Yeah. They're freezing pretty fast. I don't think we're gonna have any trouble tonight whatsoever coming in and fixing what they're doing. Now, the fact that I'm freezing them this fast and they're only hitting 24, I would assume that it's not even comparable to these next couple nights, because they're going to hit so much harder and they're also going to take so much more damage. But what we're going to do is just go ahead and take the chance, and if we can make it past 63, then we're going to try to just kind of hang out for a second until we get this this path done, right? So, did I upgrade this? Yeah, I did. I guess it didn't really help us much, or it was already upgraded, I'm not sure. We'll take all these, and we're going to scooch them back up against this wall, just to get them out of the way, really. So I'm going to pop these over here, and start considering how this road's going to come up through here, right? It looks like we could move this one, because our road should go something. I want it to go right across the top of that mound there. This one will have to move, and that'll give us that, start giving us that layout we're looking for, right? We'll upgrade this and then move it so we can get the road in here. But the road, right, I want to kind of line up. I think that's lined up. Yeah, I want to line it up here, right? This is like the new super highway. We're gonna freaking just build the rest of our life across this bad boy like that, right? And we'll do something like this, because this is where the next strip will go, right? But right here, one of the most important things I could go in here is a kitchen. Even if I did it like long ways, so a lot of the stuff you're running along long ways here, or you can run along at long ways here. And no matter where you're really at in the base, you can access kitchen, bedroom, or workout rooms, right? But everything kind of will revolve across the strip, because they have to always come back to this corner. So it looks like we're finally freezing them all. I don't know why it says 99%, but we're done. I have no idea at all. Maybe because these guys, I'll never get 100% again in this whole game. So I don't want these guys over here. Come on. Let's put some of those guys over there. We are definitely getting close to getting enough to where we can just level up and we don't have to worry about it. Making 50 a day or 70 a day just about is pretty ridiculous. So I think we have no choice but to see if we can deal with these attacks while we're just saving up our electronics to level up. I don't mind spending metal while we're doing it, so we'll keep working on these. And we're going to start building the super kitchen. That's what we're going to call it, the mega kitchen. It's probably going to be the last building we build for the main kitchen, right? Ooh, that was loud. Maybe turn that down just a little bit. I like it down a little bit. I like my game loud, but whew, boy, I'm loud enough. I don't need any more noise. I always build everything out of wood first. Oh, that's gonna be in my way. Let's try to do some like cool symmetric numbers, like 75 by 45, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool if you ask me. And that is probably about as ridiculous as any kitchen ever needs to be in this game, right? The game doesn't even like that I'm placing in that big of a building, right? So this has definitely got to go now. We don't need that anymore. I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna be real. This guy is wasting his life over here. We're gonna move it up here so they can do metal and stuff. So they're gonna do those 3 resources. Probably not even wood for now. Let them just get some of that metal coming in. Oh, I probably should click on the actual building because once it moves, it's gonna be going off this. So they'll just do metal once they get over there. And then we'll probably put a full 10 back on there too since we got a couple standing around. Number 3 is out. No refills, buddy. We're still bringing in level 1s. I don't think that's necessary. Okay, they're not on automatic though, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll bring in like a little bit of each. This I do want to keep going on too, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's max out this and this so they can replace them as we're turning them into 2s as well. Because we don't want to like start losing Humvees out of our hauling posts. Level 1 Humvees are the best for these hauling posts. They can carry like all of the ice one contraption needs, like pretty much in one carry, right? If not, they totally can carry 250 all at once. So that's something we want to maintain. Okay, so these guys are going to start coming out here to work. I think something that would really benefit them is, so the road, I want to leave space to build buildings on the side too if I want. So I'm just going to go straight up from this rock, straight over like that. That way, like if the kitchen is right here, right, I could build like the science lab right here. The freezer below, even. Who knows? I really like this right here. This ore thing is nice. That allows another road to go maybe over here to the ore, and people will be able to easily just shoot straight down this highway straight and come back over here. I don't want to open any roads right here. I want to make the base feel like it's separate from the defense area. It truly should be too. Your base should always be separate really from the rest of your defense area. If they compromise this area, they have to still fight to your base, and so on and so forth. If they break into this area, you're able to retreat back to your main. You're always able to retreat back to your main storage. That's kind of how I like to keep it. In the end, everyone's just going to stand under it and die. So you might as well make that the key defense point. So that should really be all we need right now is just ore. And if other things start dwindling, we'll work on that. You know what I mean? So, that's priority for sure. I should probably mark it with a star so people... I don't know if that applies to working. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how to make it apply to working if it doesn't, just by hitting that, so... Yeah, 2 more of these guys, so we better get them to work out here. And I think these guys are actually going to be the foothold that helps to keep these big boys out of our base, keep the harder zombies we're about to face out. I think we can fight 60, 70 as long as we have higher level guys on here. 300 damage. Oh, it doesn't tell you about the boost or what? Man, I swear these guys are supposed to boost. Let's see, yeah, Defender can operate defense, Humvee level 3s. The damage output of guards and cannons is modified. So they don't modify this, the AoEs. Which, you know, I won't lie, it probably makes sense. They're pretty nasty on their own. They don't really need a boost. And you could stack them more easily than other defenses, right? Like, if I put another row back here, dude, they'll still hit this whole area easy. Look how crazy far they're shooting. So, essentially, this could be a whole nother layer, right? All I have to do is start moving all these forward, and we could start even thinking about doing a whole nother layer behind these guys. That isn't, it's not really going to do anything bad by doing that either. These will stay maintained. And then building another road, you know, back where, back over here, right behind this row now. It could actually get pretty nasty with the fences here. And honestly, like, if we double stack defenses in this front row, even at the population we're at right now, I'm just that much more confident. I think we can put out 80,000 tonight. We're going to try. But yeah, I think this would be a big help. And now that we're getting the scientists more and more, we'll be able to do jobs like this, right? Like, I don't know why these guys can't do them. Oh, some of these guys, look, see this? These guys right here, they can work on it 24/7 now because they're just not doing the night jobs anymore. So, we do have enough to tier up, so we're going to fight this wave. And I think tomorrow night we're going to the last tier, the final tier. And this is when we'll be able to max out productions. And the base will consistently grow with our population instead of us getting in these contradictory situations. It's about to be night, so we're marking everything off. Wait, deselect. Oh wait, you have to hold control, that's what it is. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and turn all of this back off. Right. No, you don't have to delete it. Cool. So yeah, I'm pretty confident we can stop these guys. Let's see how it goes. I don't want to speed it up, but I could. Right? So they're definitely getting through that first wall. Boom, they're coming right in. They don't look too confident though. They're kind of like, what do we do now? Oh no, what do we do now? Dang, they're munching that gate down. Whoa, why are people just walking out there? So that's how we'll do that. Let's make sure they're not coming out here. I think that only applies when we're like in the same. I don't know. Did we lose anyone? I don't even know. So we have so many people at this point, to be honest. It kind of be like that sometimes. Like, where's Jimmy? Like, I don't know. He died 3 episodes ago. Really? Like, yeah. So we're killing it, dude. I still don't think we need to tier up. Look, they can't even get to the front gates, guys. I think we should go with another row of defenses and get some more dudes in here. But I don't know. I kind of want to get my productions up so I can feel super cool. It'll just make it that much easier if we have like better electronics, better metal flow. So yeah, that's a wrap. I think we're doing good. And the closer they get, like they're all spread out and lost. Like, only a couple guys are hitting the gate now. The front gate is like, they're like, we got this. Like, do you got this? Like, we're still coming for you. Like, you ain't coming in at all. They're burnt. They're all burnt. So I believe that's all the attackers. The other 1% is the floating zombies that will never ever leave the base. Oh, I stand corrected. It looks like we got Sky here. Oh, so it does hit 100%. These guys don't count. The floaters don't count. Hey, look at that. Okay, so I'm just going to mark this all for repair, even if it isn't marked for repair by the 92%. Just get everything back to a Hyundai. And yeah, that's our next move. We're going with another defense layer. I think that'll just make it to where we can freeze these guys faster. They won't be able to get through as many gates. And then we will move into the next age, is what we'll call it. I should leave a gap here too, because that'll allow me to. It'll let us like not have to make them all weird or put extra space between them. Okay, I won't even lie. This is getting ridiculous. Can we fit another one back here? No, I don't want to close that wall off. See, I want to leave the gap. There's a gap on that one, but not on this one. Oh, that's why we didn't push it. Let's put it all the way at the edge, dude. Like, so I don't even know how I didn't notice that I was not lining that up the whole time. The whole time, none of those were lined up. Hey, man, why don't you guys tell me? Yeah, I think this is the move right here. That's going to be goated. And, honestly, I'm just going to start going like this right from the get. You guys, these will all be ran by, these guys. So as they come in, they'll jump on the new ones instead. We don't need scientists tempted to jump on. And then we should probably change these thresholds too. These kind of tedious things in the game, I won't lie, kind of drive me crazy. Sometimes I want to skip over them, but if it's going to kill me, I probably should do it. Or if it's going to make something obsolete, I should probably do it. It's pertinent. God, I just learned a new word, so now it's going to be stuck in my head for the next 6 months. Start seeing it everywhere. Just gotta love how it works. Next thing you know, this should be upgraded. Has little to no purpose, but that's okay. Yeah, what now? They're like just getting stronger as I build more defenses too. I will not give in. Yeah, and once these get full with level 3 Humvees, then we'll go back to replacing these scientists with more level 3 Humvees. Go ahead, open all doors. So I'm thinking I'm going to end this next episode coming up right before this big guy. So it's going to be kind of a surprise on how many we have in here and getting to see how far we can press the limits of the base. I really want to finish this and I want to start the new kitchen. So depending on how these attacks are going to keep increasing, if they keep increasing, we want them to plateau and we want to feel comfortable behind our walls. Once we've hit a plateau kind of level where we are only battling mission duration, which at this point increases very little per day as opposed to how powerful we are. So it'll take quite a while for the opposition to push through without us encouraging them, right? By building more and stuff. So I want to be able to build the new kitchen and delete this old kitchen so that we can start feeling comfortable behind our walls. Then, after we build our new kitchen, I'll consider upgrading using all our electronics and start the process, kind of redo the play loop again where we upgrade the processing so that we can support more numbers and get the power out of here. We're kind of reliant on making sure these guys get us metal or else we'll literally die. So that's the biggest thing right now is metal. Metal looks like it's decreasing. We're relying on it for lots of things, building, whatnot. If we go into stats here and we look at metal, we generate 1,000 metal in a 24-hour period. Okay. We only lose about 151 of it to crafting electronics. The other 1,200 that we've lost and the 85 we gained here was from construction activity. So that's me telling them to do stuff that they normally don't need to do or wouldn't be doing if they weren't told so. With that being said, it's probably best that we make sure our defenses are first priority, done up real nicely. They have multiple carriers out here to refill them, right? That's probably going to be the most important thing. Getting a couple more of these guys. It looks like 6 or so right out of that one is probably what we're going to get. 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's do the other 9. If we can get a couple more of these guys into 2s, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and we'll just let that one do it so it's slower process. And then if we get any more frozens, we will just have a couple more come in just so we have some extras, right? Actually, let's go like this so it's faster. You always have to start with 2 clicks, I don't know why, but that seems to be the way to go there. And I'll just take a couple of those off. That way we can have a nice little group come in again, kind of slowly readjust as we slowly increase our population. At this time we're taking little steps to get stronger while just kind of maintaining this defensive setup. This is 4 layers, that's 4 layers. This looks like 4 layers here just to get to the outer wall. So I'm thinking this will get the one last layer all the way through too, and that'll be enough encouragement to stop them. Or actually, this is going to be a separate box than that, so this is going to be a complete box there. So there may be some defenses put in about at this point, so what I'm going to do is make this its own separate box too, right? Probably to about only there. Right, that'll be plenty enough space. So at this time, I'm not concerned with doing much other building besides starting building our mega base structures, like the structures we need so that we can increase our productions, make sure everybody's happy, start getting the high tier level stuff in once we unlock it. I really want to get the needs, like the sleep pod. You can't beat 100% sleep. And I believe it takes less time for them to do it. So 45 seconds, yeah, down there, as opposed to 70 seconds or even this 45 seconds for 70%. It makes a significant difference about like how many people can sleep in this in a 48-hour period. Same thing, like how many people can sit down and watch TV and have 100% comfort in a 48-hour period, right? If you compare all these to each other over a 48-hour period, I'm sure there's a huge difference. You don't always notice it, right? Like all we did here was upgrade these beds, and it looks like most of them are still being used. But that was like back when we had like 120 people or something. These couches are still not being used that much because we're just now getting level 3 Humvees, which they'll use the couches and stuff. Oh, and actually, we have a major issue we overlooked. Not him. So it looks like none of them have complained yet. But a major issue that actually just came over to my attention is I don't know if level 3 Humvees will play here. Like, I think level 3 Humvees only want to learn. So we need to go into needs and see, which we don't. See, we have a 2 and a 1 skills area for them. So I need to go into needs. Good thing we're talking about this. And this is probably going to wrap up the episode, is these learn and plays kind of thing, right? So level 3 Humvees, compassion and medicine. So that's learn, play, and mood. This is learn and just learn. I would rather have them just learn, and then they can play on these too, right? So that they can play and have fun. Eventually, we're gonna have these for fun, and then just these for learning. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock the learning tables that we'll later upgrade. But for now, let's just get them on here, because, oh my god, man, they're going to be like, I would like to sit down and do some studies, and you're like, oh, we don't have anywhere for you to do that. They're like, what? How dare you? Why would you bring me into this world? You're so cruel. I think these will be fine. A majority row is what I'll call it, right? Yeah. So after those are built, and right after this attack gets complete, we'll go ahead and end the episode there. And when you come back, we'll start talking about actually building some mega buildings, man. We need some mega buildings so we could supply some mega food and have a mega lab that does mega stuff for mega potential. We want mega potential in our mega lab. Man, there's so many of them. They're like having a hard time getting out. So this next attack is going to be really, really awesome. So you want to check it out. Just keep hanging out. We're almost there. Why would you leave now? If you watch this many videos this far, you need to keep just watching my videos. Or maybe come back when the base is real mega lag. Right. Okay, so the game doesn't know what to think. It's getting a little laggy here, so I don't know why. We might have to consider turning down graphics. Maybe we just have that many people now. We're going to close the doors. Whoop. There we go. It was very sudden, the little glitch that just started, so it may be because the recording's going a little long or something, some kind of RAM issue. So, I see a significant frame drop. So I'm actually going to pause the video and I'm going to stop here. I'm going to figure out what's going on, maybe shut the game down, maybe even bring the settings back down, because earlier, in some earlier videos, I put the settings up just because I could. Whatever default setting they were on, I turned them up from there. So maybe turning them back to the intended default settings of what the computer recommends is probably better anyways. In earlier videos, if you go to the earlier descriptions, you can see some of my specs that GeForce put on the video description when I exported it. So I don't know how accurate that is. That's just what it put on there. So come and check me out. This attack's going to be huge. If you think I'm not going to defend against it, I'm going to call you crazy because we're going to figure it out no matter what happens. And that next attack, they hit harder, but I don't think they're going to get in because they can't handle the freeze. They can't handle the cold, right? So can't handle the heat. It's going to be so cold, it's hot, baby. That's how cold it's going to be tonight. All right, so check me out.